Welcome to Gerald Khalil's Conversation Piece. I share my thoughts on social content in sports, politics, and entertainment. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. So that was a hell of a game last night. Both teams came to play. Both teams delivered. The Cavs beat the Thunder 129-122, ending OKC's 15-game winning streak. Cavs extend theirs to 11. There were 30 lead changes, and no team took a double-digit lead. Now, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, he led the Thunder with a game-high 31 points. Jalen Williams had 25. The Cavs were led by Jared Allen, man. He had a monster game, 25 points, 11 rebounds, and 6 assists. And Evan Mobley, he had just as big of a game. He had 21, 10, and 7. Now, the Cavs bench play, it was awesome. What can you say? Ty Jerome and Max Strus, man, they came off the bench. They were spark plugs. And the Cavs also, they dominated the paint. Again, Allen and Mobley, they dominated. You could just tell that the Thunder was missing some height there. And what's even more impressive about the Cavs' victory is that Donovan Mitchell, man, he had a totally off night. He went 3 for 16, scored just 11 points, and you have to get credit to Thunder for that. You have to thank Lou Dort, man. Lou Dort was on him, and Mitchell was uncomfortable the whole night. But to me, when the game was, really close and it was getting late, the play of the game was when Mobley took it to Hartenstein. I mean, he grabbed the ball, and it was like, okay, give me the ball. I'm going to show you I'm the man. I'm going to make this bucket. And if you're a Cavs fan, you didn't see that in him. He played passive. You just wasn't sure about Mobley. You just thought, he's just a guy. So far this season, what Coach Kenny Atkinson has done with him, he just has that confidence, and he's going to be a hell of a player. And he's only 23 years old. He can even put on more weight, and once he does that, I could see him being the Cavaliers' best player. But we'll see. But his trajectory is definitely on the way up. But I have to tell you, if you are a fan of either the Cavs or the Thunder, you have to admit that was a good game. I mean, a good NBA game. And when was the last time you've heard that? And especially with the publicity or the negative publicity that the NBA has been getting in the last few months, not even weeks, months, that the product is crap. And if you're a true basketball fan, and if you're being honest, you have to say last night was not the case, that you had a good game between two good teams that need to be shown more and promoted more. You do that, and people won't talk about the NBA being a bad product. Now, there was some great coaching going on also. At first, SGA, he was very comfortable getting to his spots, and man, his mid-range is just so deadly. He just gets to his spots, puts up. It's like it's going in all the time. And Williams also, he was getting into the lane. He was hitting timely buckets. Even Hartenstein, he was doing the same thing. But the Cavs, they adjusted with the zone, and that threw the Thunder off. So it pushed their shooters outside, and they played different from there. But, I'll say this. If you're a Thunder fan, you have to feel good, right? I'm a Thunder fan. I'm going to bed sleeping well. All right. You won 15 games straight without Chet Holmgren. All right. You got SGA. He's a superstar. And that Jalen Williams is coming. That kid, he's a problem. Okay. And he's a good problem for the Thunder. He's a bad problem for everyone else in the NBA. They have a good bench with Aaron Wiggins, Isaiah Joe. And they have other guys, a couple of other Williams kids coming off the bench. All right, and they're good. And also, Alex Caruso, he's out. Wait until he comes back. And I'm gonna be straight up honest. I'm gonna be straight up honest to the Cavs fan. Thunder have Caruso, and if they had Holmgren, we probably have a different. We're probably having a different conversation this morning. All right. Those are some major, especially Holmgren. That he's a major piece that the Thunder is missing right now. But in short, man, I don't see anyone challenging the Thunder in the West. No. Let me know if you do. Leave a comment. Tell me who you think's going to challenge the Thunder in the West. I mean, I'm trying to think of someone off the top of my head. Who? Memphis? Maybe? Houston, I don't think they're ready. And everyone else is mid out west. Well, not Denver, but they don't seem like they're the same. Minnesota's definitely not the same after they made that trade, getting rid of Cat. So that's my opinion on them. Now, if you're a Cavs fan, you have to feel pretty good of how you handled the spotlight. That was a big game. The lights are on you, and in the past Cavs games that I've seen, I thought that they kind of shrunk in the moment. They didn't last night. And you also have to love the depth that they have. They have these guys coming off the bench that are just bucket getters, right? And think about it. Despite Mitchell being off, all right, he was like, I'm not going to say he was a no-show, but Donovan Mitchell was not good last night. They still scored 129 points on the best defensive team in the league. Look, I'm impressed with that. They didn't seem bothered by OKC's defensive pressure. And what's even more impressive, and that's what I'm really impressed with what the Cavs did. I saw the New York game and the Boston game, the Thunder, when the Thunder played both of those teams. The New York game, Thunder just wore them down. And you could say, if you're a Knicks fan, well, the reason why they wore down is because the Knicks only play 6 or 7 players. Yeah, okay. But still, they just wore them down. And the Celtics, these are the defending champs we're talking about. And OKC limited them to 27 total points in the second half. They totally shut them down. And if you're a Celtics fan, you maybe say, oh, well, that's because we shoot a lot of three-pointers, and if they're not going in, we're going to lose. Yeah, but hey, you have to give the Thunder their flowers because they shut those teams down. Those are two powerhouse teams, right? But like I'm saying, is that I'm impressed in the sense that defensive pressure that the Thunder brings, and can bring didn't bother the Cavs at all. The Cavs, just that offense, they kept that ball popping. They kept it moving, whether it was inside or outside, and they were able to break that pressure. So I am seriously impressed with the Cavs on what they did. It's gonna in the East. It's gonna come down to them, the Celtics or the Knicks. One of them's gonna come out. I see no one else. I know the Cavs had with the 4 losses that they have, and yeah, by the way, they're 32-4 now. A couple of losses came to the Hawks. I'm sure if it came down to it, they'll figure a way to handle the Hawks. And by pre-game video, I posted a day ago or so. I said that Darius Garland was the key, right? He was the key to stopping the Cavs. He had 18 points, 7 assists, and only 2 turnovers. So you see, he had a good game. Cavs win. And I think a lot of folks think, especially when you talk about the Cavs, a lot of folks think it's all about Donovan. Well, if you watch the game, you'll see that's not the case at all. So the Thunder, they'll have an opportunity to get their revenge next Thursday. The teams play again in OKC. And we'll see what adjustments the Thunder make. Because they're going to want their revenge. So let's see what happens. So please leave a comment. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.